Sirocco, graduating senior as a speaker for the class of 2020. Alexander was selected by faculty representatives to speak on the behalf of the graduating class. Please join me in giving Alexander Sirocco a warm welcome.
Good morning, graduates and parents. I was supposed to wear sunglasses today because, well, like they say, our future is going to be a bright one. A lot of you are nervous today, including myself, and it shows. Well, I'm here to tell you that's who am I. I already told you. Where we start? Dear class of 2020, I am your host, Alexander Siriaco Gaspar. Well, what can I say other than we made it? After 13 long and educationally funded years, our dream has finally arrived. We are graduating. It is through those same 13 years that we have built relationships, and most importantly, seen the world erupt, rise, and transform. We have seen it go from flip phones to touchscreens, have experienced things far worse than this pandemic, but overall, we have seen it rise from the ashes of proportion. Through those same 13 years, this school has seen the graduation of 12 classes, and the best one of them all is happening today, the class of 2020.
Woo!
It is through those same 13 years in which we have met a variety of instructors, teachers, counselors, and librarians that will shut us up. But overall, individuals who were passionate about learning and teaching the future beacons of tomorrow. It is through those same years in which we made friendships that have lasted more than a decade, as well as friendships that have just begun. Since the beginning of this journey, we have seen and been faced with a numerous amount of challenges, which we have had to endure and overcome. Through these challenges, we have learned the importance of adapting and overcoming. Following the Black shirt tradition of learning, growing, succeeding every person, every day. A tradition that has long lasted over decades since 1957, when our precious school was established. Among these challenges, we ourselves, just this year, had to confront one: virtual learning. Though not my favorite method of instruction, we learned how to not only overcome, but rise in this new method of virtual instruction. Whether it was being able to find a place to concentrate, your brother asking you to play with him, or your mom asking you to calentar las tortillas, we all were able to manage and succeed and find a way to grow out of this hardship. Learning, growing, succeeding every person, every day is a tradition that has long been kept at Waukesha South High School. And it's a tradition that marks success for students and alumni alike. I will tell you a very fun story of mine, which is my journey at Waukesha South High School. Throughout my years at Waukesha South High School, I have not been the ideal academic role model, nor the academic exemplar. I have not always had the fantastic grade point average that fellow classmates might have sought, but I was always one for following my own path. In the school administrative office, I was known, I guess you could say, because I was charismatic. I would come in regularly to say hi to Miss D'Angelo and or Miss D'Amato, and also because maybe I was quite stubborn at the student services office, and because I came unexpectedly, never making appointments with Miss Dude. Despite this, she was always there for me. As seen in my academic record, I was not always an exemplar student, and I repeat this because throughout my high school career, I was a boulder going down a hill and mighty fast. During my junior year, I began to take drastic turn in my student attendance in school. And my teachers began to notice this, so they took decisive action. When I would at times come to class, they would talk to me and tell me about the amount of potential I had to succeed in their class. Of course, the absence took away from that success. It was during this time that I reflected. It's funny how some simple sentences from your AP English teacher can change your perspective and the way you see things. Miss Martin was that teacher in this case. Then came Miss Myers, who talked with me about the potential I had to be a great student. She was one of the teachers that constantly bugged me and pushed me and brought attention to my acts, I'll just say that. Of course, soon came Miss Corrado, who confessed her first impression of me after my first summative assignment in her environmental studies class. She said, and I quote, "I thought you were going to be a student who was going to sit in my class and sleep." She said this after I got an A on her first summative assignment for her class. To be completely fair, she wasn't wrong about any of that. I wasn't always attentive in some of my classes, so she wasn't completely wrong. As I continued with my absence, so did the actions my teachers took to pull me back from my destructive decisions. It started with Ms. Myers, who took great responsibility to recommend me to Avid. She personally went with Ms. Barrett, spoke with her, and told her why I would be a good fit for Avid, but overall how it would help me. Soon seeing them talk came, of course, Miss Martin, and chipped in also why it would be good for me to join such a program. After their conversation, I had a meeting with Miss Barrett and Mrs. Peterson, who was my counselor at the time. It was about Avid. It was the next couple of months in which my educators, my teachers, really made me reflect on what I wanted to do with my life after high school. It was the numerous call-outs from Senora Myers, it was the talks with Miss Corrado, and the counseling with Miss B that really made me want to reflect on what I wanted to do after high school. As my senior year began, it started off strong, except in math, of course. Pre-college was tough. I was highly involved in my own nonprofit and got scholarships. You could see the change. I was proud to be the only 17-year-old at a Madison conference for climate change. I took on leadership of P Club, Diversity Club. As I reflected on the past, I also began working with two students, encouraging them to do good in school, one of which I continue to help, helping them by ensuring their success. Now I am continuing projects, going to college in the fall. I honestly don't know what would have happened if my teachers wouldn't have taken the decisive actions they did. It is educators like these that go beyond the necessary to ensure the success of their students that keep the Waukesha South High School motto of learning, growing, succeeding every person every day alive and bared on every student that crosses this stage. Like me, all of you have a story. They're all different. We all face different challenges throughout our educational careers and our personal lives. We all had personal moments, moments of doubt, insecurity, and overall moments when we really just wanted to give up and let all our hard work go down the drain. But we didn't. We grew, we persevered, and for that, we are here united as the class of 2020. Many of you are wondering, okay, so what's the moral of this story? Well, the moral of the story is to always continue to fight, always continue to learn, grow from your mistakes, and succeed in whatever you do. That is the true moral of this story. Once you leave this campus, this high school, I want to remind you all to continue the Blacksburg tradition of success, and that is to always continue to learn, grow, and succeed, not only in ourselves, but with those around us. I will finish my speech with a couple of points. Some of us are sons and daughters of immigrants, first generation high school graduates, and first generation college students. Let that sink in. Some of Some of us had personal moments in which we doubted everything we worked for, but we overcame those and we made it. Let that sink in as well. We've made it this far only to continue what we started, to grow and succeed in this world. I will leave you with two quotes. My first one from a beloved individual, Barack Obama, our first African American president. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change we seek. And the second one, from John Lewis, a Georgian congressman who recently retired from this world. My philosophy is very simple. When you see something that's not right, not fair, not just, stand up, say something, and speak out. Do not be afraid to try something new. That's how development happens. We learn from failures and succeed by growing from such failures. Remember that. And like Obama would say, class of 2020, we out.